I feel like every season we have to have a conversation about Coach Prime coaching in the NFL. And he's talked down about it a lot. The only way he said he'd ever coach if it was coaching his sons. So that's an interesting conversation to have. Obviously, there's been some big transfer portal updates, though. Coach Prime currently has the number 16th ranked, based on 24/7, 16th ranked transfer portal class. Just got a 4-star ranked DeAndre Moore. I'm a Texas fan. They scooped up 2 Texas Longhorns, some big boy, big dogs there. So obviously losing Jordan Seaton is big, but is it enough to push Coach Prime out of Colorado? I don't know. People weren't too happy about this reaction in the comments. So
it was a very shocking announcement, especially for Colorado. You know, they usually do the portal really, really well, but the best player on their team ends up leaving today. And then also, around the NFL, there are now 9 coaching vacancies with the departure of Mike Tomlin as well. Question for you guys is, because people online are wondering, should NFL teams consider hiring Coach Prime
who's wondering
as a head coach?
Who's wondering?
One should. Y'all know what it is.
Raiders.
Cleveland Browns.
Oh.
I got some important information.
The Cleveland Browns. Obviously, Acho is the one who famously said, Shedeur Sanders, we don't know if he can succeed without his father. Now he's standing on another pedestal saying that I guess Coach Prime should go coach his son. So I think it's an interesting take. I think clearly nobody was asking this question. I gotta be honest with you. If you keep up with football, if you keep up with the Browns, and if you keep up with what's it called? If you keep up with the Browns and if you keep up with Coach Prime, you know that those don't make sense. Coach Prime is knee deep in transfers. He's transferred 34 players in, a lot of some big power 4 as well as a heavy group of 5 players. Obviously, Brendan Marion doing some heavy lifting in the wide receiver room, turning that thing around as well. Some running back additions as well. Big boy offensive line. Even though you're missing Jordan Seaton, it's hard to replace a Jordan Seaton. The way that he's recruiting and setting that up, maybe the next 2 or 3 years, Coach Prime can go, because I really think that he's going to give the job to Brandon Marion at some point, like years down the line. I think that's what's going to happen. Maybe Coach Prime does something else, but the conversation is kind of null and void when you think about all the amazing options that are out there. Not to say Coach Prime isn't an amazing option, but Coach Prime right now is a college coach, right? And a successful one. I hate how people talk about his 2 losing seasons in Colorado and they just summarize it. You don't talk about the 9-4 season at Colorado. You don't talk about all the other amazing seasons at JSU. Those don't count. Apparently, I know y'all don't care about HBC. We know y'all don't care. But anyway, in all seriousness, like, he's a decorated college coach that is becoming more decorated. I don't see the point of derailing what he's doing right now as he's adding more ability, sending more players to the NFL. Like, I think a lot of people like to make fun of Coach Prime, but they don't look at the statistics. And the statistics say he actually sends people to the NFL, typically gets great recruits. The recruits he gets tend to go and transfer to bigger and better places. So, I mean, hey, I don't know. And then you have all the options when it comes to the Cleveland Browns right now with so many. You got Cliff Kingsbury right now who's already coaching the NFL. It's just there's levels to this, and I don't even think it's on the same stratosphere.
On Sanders is he's not necessarily a great X's and O's coach. He's a great motivator of men. So get you your X's and O's coach, offensively, defensively. Keep Jim Schwartz. Do not let him leave the building. Defense is solid. Go get you an offensive coordinator that you think can win. And now you fully invested in Shedeur. And more than anything, if the Browns can't win, because we know that's this tough division to win in, Deion will make the Browns poppin'. So at least you'll win one battle. At minimum,
Deion will make the Acho. Jeez, it's hard to take people like. Why would I ever think Acho actually cares or supports Deion or Shedeur Sanders when he patronizes their ability down to what's popping and what's not? I will agree that it's pretty clear and obvious that some of these owners are in it just to turn the profit on their business and not win championships. I think that's abundantly clear. But at the same time, you kind of boil down what their abilities are when you just say those things. Sure, I guess it would get it popping, but I mean, I don't think that's going to be the end-all, be-all when you're someone in the Browns that has been, perennially awful. I just feel like that can't be your biggest
you'll win the battle of fame. At minimum, you'll win the battle of excitement. And more than anything, you'll get what you need to get out of Shedeur. So, to me, T, getting Deion to Shedeur is just as valuable as getting another receiver, this or that, because you're going to unlock the best out of Shedeur if you're committing to Shedeur.
I don't see it happening at all. I don't.
Any NFL team.
No. We haven't even heard Deion Sanders' name across the screen for any opening. And this is the most openings the league has had in a long time.
Yeah.
I feel like last offseason was his opportunity. You got to kind of strike while it's hot. Colorado had an extremely down year this year. Nobody is going to hire a coach when you just finished under 500.
We've seen it. Cliff Kingsbury.
But Cliff Kingsbury is an innovator, so to speak, offensively.
Fair.
You know, he has something. What Prime would do is what you said. Immediately, everybody going to respect him.
Yeah.
Everybody going to respect him. He ain't going to have a problem with, come on, man, they going to do it. But as soon as you start losing, or as soon as you start doing something that they don't like, they don't care. It don't matter that you Prime. You got to win. And so I don't see it happening, but I do agree he will bring the best out of Shedeur. But have the Browns said they rolling with him? Like, we don't even know if the Browns feel like Shedeur is the answer as a quarterback for the future.
But what's smarter, T? Terrible quarterback draft class, marginal quarterback free agency class. Malik Willis is the best quarterback free agent. We've seen him start like 3 games. Are you better off trying to maximize the ability of your incredibly cheap quarterback and then go in the draft, get a receiver, get a tackle? Or do you marginalize the growth of your quarterback or go try to spend $40 million on Malik Willis?
No. Shedeur and Dylan Gabriel are going to battle out. Shedeur's going to be the quarterback, right? Because next year's quarterback draft is supposed to be
Special.
that draft. So I want to win.
Yeah.
Because if we win, we found our quarterback. But if we don't, we also found our quarterback.
Yeah.
And so I'm okay with losing. Because either way, I'm going to find my quarterback. And so now if you the Browns, you can get Arch Manning or you can get whomever will be the number 1 pick in 2027. Or you got that guy, Shedeur Sanders. And so I'm rolling with one of these young guys. And either way, I'm getting my quarterback.
Acho, with all due respect,
Talk to me.
out of the 100+ episodes we have come in here, speak easy and given the people, the millions of views, the countless hours we have spent,
Hours.
you know, just recording this show.
Yes, we have.
That was by far the most asinine take I have ever heard you make.
Really?
Deion Sanders,
That one?
for as much as I respect Deion, for as much as I like Deion, has nowhere near the resume as a coach at the level that he's at right now to even get a better job in that realm. Like, I'm sorry, like we've had a lot of college football coach openings happen recently, and he wasn't even a name for those. So to think that he's gonna go to the National Football League, a league that we talked about earlier, is hell-bent. They're hungry. They're starving for offensive innovators. They're starving for young, just great talent and coaches that have these superstar X factors, if you will, if I use Madden terminology. To say that Deion Sanders is one of the guys that they should call, I just don't see it. And it's
And you know, I want to piggyback off this. You know, Texas fan. Obviously, I'm a little more partial to Deion. I do think that Deion has something that some of these younger coaches don't have, and he has something that, admittedly, right. This is what Josh Cribbs said. And Denzel Ward said he has something that Kevin Stefanski didn't have, and some of these younger coaches don't have, and it's that assertiveness. It's the ability to you know, like I said, come in and be respected. Here's what I'll say. I think when you look at somebody like Mike Tomlin, even though Mike Tomlin was a defensive guy, XYZ, what he became to the end point of his career was somebody who was not, I wouldn't say a figurehead, but someone who was a representative of like, hey, this is the culture that's being set, right? Deion Sanders is an instant culture setter, right? And to their point, if you lose, you don't do that. But I think Kieran made really good points, man. We didn't hear anything about Deion going any other places, and it feels like there's been all types of jumps and pops and bruises when it comes to that. And the fact that Mike Norvell even got, I feel like that would be the only situation where he could have came in was maybe Florida State, right? You know what I'm saying? But that bridge I think is a little burned there too. But I don't think it's anything disrespectful to Deion to say that, hey, at the Power 4 level he doesn't have the full resume to be considered that upreach. But I think it's also fair to say that someone as that legendary in the game with the knowledge that he has and the respect that he adorns, right? That is currency that can be used. But I just don't think it's the best for. I don't think it's the best for Shedeur. I don't think it's the best for Deion. I think it would be a situation where both of them kind of lose out. You feel me? Now, as we were talking and yapping about it, it seems like Colorado and Coach Prime are still putting in work. They went ahead and got a Houston interior offensive lineman. I'm assuming this is a guard. So look, you lose one Seaton, but you bring in a whole lot of big name. So this is what I want to talk about, because a lot of the transfers, and we talked about DeAndre Moore. He was probably the highest level, because he's a power 4 wide receiver, like the skill position. But when it comes to the offensive line specifically, it's been all power 4. It's been SEC, Big Ten. It's been Rutgers, Missouri, Georgia, now Houston. Like they are not playing when it comes to the offensive line. You know who you have at quarterback in Julian Lewis. So I think it's an interesting conversation to have. But this, I don't think is that interesting of a conversation. I think people just trying to put Deion in some situations and places and spaces. So shout out to my Texas fan, Kieran, for kind of bubbling that up. But what do y'all think? Am I tripping? Is he tripping? Should Deion be looking to go to the NFL? Should he be coaching the Browns? I don't think that's the best thing for either of the legacies. But hey, y'all let me know how you feel below in the comments. That'd be great.